USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, is the fifth Nimitz-class aircraft carrier in the United States Navy. This is the second Navy ship to have been named after the former President Abraham Lincoln. His home port is Norfolk, Virginia, and he is a member of the United States Atlantic Fleet. He is administratively responsible to Commander, Naval Air Forces Atlantic, and, operationally served as flagship of Carrier Strike Group 9 and host for Carrier Air Wing 2 until 2012. The Abraham Lincoln contract was awarded to Newport News Shipbuilding on December 27, 1982. The keel of the ship was moored November 3, 1984 at Newport News, Virginia. The ship was launched on February 13, 1988 and commissioned on November 11, 1989. She cost $4.726 billion in 2010. The nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, belonging to the United States Navy, U.S., suffered a fire on Tuesday American time. 9 American sailors were injured in the incident. 6 of the 9 sailors suffered from dehydration. On the morning of November 29, 2022, a fire broke out aboard the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, USS Abraham Lincoln, the Navy said in a statement. U.S. Third Fleet officials said Wednesday they had no information about the injuries of the other 3 sailors. The fire was extinguished quickly. All of the injured were treated on board the ship, which was operating off the coast of Southern California. The fire was quickly identified and extinguished through the crew's efforts to extinguish the fire, the Third Fleet said in a brief statement. Navy officials refused to say where the source of the fire was for reasons of operational security. However, they noted that the USS Abraham Lincoln continues to operate at sea and the cause of the fire is being investigated. The United States, U.S., once sent its Navy strike group led by the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln to the open waters of the peninsula. The ship's deployment comes amid heightened tensions in North Korea and a shift of power in South Korea. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is conducting bilateral operations with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force in the Sea of Japan, it said spokeswoman for the U.S. 7th Fleet, Commander Haley Sims. Sims said the carrier was conducting routine bilateral operations to reassure allies and partners of the U.S. commitment to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. Our training enhances the credibility of conventional deterrence by demonstrating the strength of our bilateral partnership, he added. According to Reuters, this is the first time since 2017 that an aircraft carrier group has been deployed to waters between South Korea and Japan. On March 15, USS Abraham Lincoln led a military exercise in the Yellow Sea, launching an F-35 stealth fighter and other jets in the process. What the U.S. military said was a demonstration in response to North Korea's increasing speed and scale of ballistic missile launches. North Korea has conducted a full test of an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, for the first time since 2017. Meanwhile, advisors to the South Korean president-elect asked for the transfer of U.S. strategic assets, such as aircraft carriers, nuclear bombers and submarines, to the Korean peninsula during talks held during a visit to Washington last week. South Korea's defense ministry said the carrier group was in international waters. The fire on the aircraft carrier based in San Diego was confirmed by the United States Navy on Wednesday, the 30th of November 2022. The fire on the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier actually started on Tuesday, the 29th of November 2022, morning local time. The United States Navy said the carrier's crew quickly identified the location of the fire and put it out. But several sailors received minor injuries in the process. The sailors were also immediately treated on board the carrier and no other information about their injuries was initially given. Wednesday afternoon, the Navy issued a statement that all sailors suffered minor injuries and have been cleared from the carrier's medical department. At the time of the fire, USS Abraham Lincoln was conducting routine operations approximately 30 miles offshore in Southern California, the Navy said. The Navy did not disclose the location of the fire and its cause is still under investigation. USS Abraham Lincoln with around 5,000 crew members returned to San Diego in August after deploying them for 7 months in the Indo-Pacific. The voyage of the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier made history because for the first time it was led by a female officer, Captain Amy Bauernschmidt. USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, is currently operating approximately 30 miles off the coast of Southern California and will continue to do so despite the fires, Lieutenant Samuel Boyle, a spokesman for the Third Fleet, told USNI News. Boyle could not provide a damage assessment of the Nimitz-class carrier other than to say the ship was still operational. The fire was quickly put out by the crew without assistance from other units, Boyle said. He did not have a specific timeline for when the fire was reported and put out. 9 sailors reported minor injuries, with the majority of them dehydrated, Boyle said. The sailors were treated on board the Lincoln, according to the Third Fleet's release. The cause of the fire is being investigated. USS Abraham Lincoln departed from San Diego earlier this week to continue its journey. This strike group returned from a deployment of more than 7 months last August in the Western Pacific.